pushed the button.
You push the button. We're all ready. We're recording. We're all prepped and ready to go Monday morning. Ladies Wot Pod, episode 21, series 2.
Yeah, that's it.
We hadn't discussed that, and it's always dangerous because we're never quite sure.
I've written it at the top of my notes. It's E21. So there you go.
E21.
So, blow my nose. You've not
While she's blowing her nose, I'll start off. I'll get the introductions out of the way because I always presume everybody knows who we are, but there may be some people who don't. So I am Lis Saunders, half of Ladies Wot Pod, the less technical half of Ladies Wot Pod, I have to say. I don't do technical. I don't push buttons. It's a disaster, as you may have seen from a short film that Mrs. J put out. It's a disaster when I try and press buttons. But I am very bossy, so therefore I am chairman of the Saint Supporters Club, and I am also Chief Halo with volunteers who meet and greet you at the gardens. And I live in South Northants, where it's vaguely sunny, light grey, shall we say, this morning. And you are?
I am Claire Jones. I'm on the edge of the fence where it's gloriously sunny. I normally wear a red hat. And apologies in advance. Oh no, disaster has struck. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I've dropped the item I was about to show, which is my new...
The bib of power. The bib of power.
Spotify I have. Look at that. Look at that. I only got asked about... Oh, excuse me, my nose is at it again. I only got asked about 5 times by Dale from EPCR if I had my new bib, which Liz Tyler was wandering around in her pocket. So there we go. Anyway, yes. So the club has two purple bib owners. And we basically have access all areas. So we're allowed, and nobody will shout at us. Or if they do shout at us, it'll be very politely. So yes, so it was a bit odd not wearing yellow, wearing purple. Anyway, back to me. I'm on the edge of the fence, as I said. It's sunny. And I'm one of a group of photographers. Liz Tyler was describing that they were inundated with photos yesterday, and I'm not surprised. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. Liz Tyler, by the way, is the media manager for Saints.
Team media manager. Yes, so she looks after the team. It's one of Jack Miller's team, and she's lovely, and she looks after us, doesn't she, Liz?
She does look after us very well.
Yes.
Very well indeed.
Yes, so Liz is an absolute superstar. So we want to start with a little plea, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We do. Our Sgt Wilson. Stories abounding, broken by the Telegraph, who quite rightly did it all in the right way and spoken to the club and everything, about our George in talks with Quins. He may be, he may not be, who knows? If he is, who knows why, who knows what nobody, we do not know. The only people who know are George and his agent as to what's going on.
And whoever he's talking to.
Yeah, let's give the lad a break. If he goes with our blessing because he's made that decision as it's right for him and his family. And if he stays, we still love him. But he's still ours, and whatever happens, he's still ours until June, July next year. So just let's look after him, shall we? Let's give him a big hug and say we love you. There's discussions about Sgt Wilson, but that's a separate issue as George Furbank.
Anyway, but also a little plea from all of us. Lots of people were approaching my IT department yesterday to ask. Now, and they obviously think because I and to some degree Liz have access to the team that most supporters don't have, that we may be in the know. Now, those of you that know me, have known me for a while, know that my strict instruction to the club is don't tell me anything. But you might think is a bit daft because Claire, you could be inside what's going on. And actually, I don't want to be. I don't want to be at all. I've always said, don't tell me unless I could walk up to somebody in the street saying, did you know? Because it's not fair on all concerned. So I don't know what's going on. The IT department doesn't know what's going on. What we all do is, as Liz says, sends our love to George, big hugs, He's an outstanding player. He's been an outstanding servant to the club, and he still is, because we're going to talk about him about yesterday's game. So
yeah.
So
what will be will be.
Stand firm, everybody. Stand firm. You know.
Yeah.
It's that funny.
And what will be will be.
Yeah.
And being nasty to him ain't going to get him to stay, is it?
No. Anyway,
so that's that.
Anyway.
That's that out of the way.
That's out of the way. And then we got other news, haven't we? Which is a bit more frivolous.
We have frivolous news. Let's get the frivolous. The Dazzles. She still got my Dazzle. She took my Dazzle home with her. She stole my Dazzle.
I did not steal your Dazzle. It's my Dazzle.
You've got 2 Dazzles, haven't you?
I know I've got 2 Dazzles. I'm a woman of many Dazzles.
Are you keeping both those Dazzles then?
No, I'm giving one away, but I haven't said who to.
Well, I don't know. This could be the shortest ladies' Wot Pod ever.
Anyway, you did get one of these though, didn't you?
Yeah, I had to send somebody very important in to get it.
Yes, you put him up to no good. Yes.
I did.
The Dazzles have grown, everybody.
They have grown.
This is last season's Dazzle.
They look less splatted though.
Well, they feel a bit more, you know. Now, what I thought I got, but I didn't, was a picture. And the next person who wins, if it happens to be a Saints player, the player of the match, I need to get a photograph of the player of the match's Dazzle, which is different to all the other Dazzles.
Did you not get it? Did you not get him with his scarf?
So I did get the photograph of Finn, but he put his hand round the poor Dazzle's throat. So it
jangling the blooming Dazzle.
Anyway, yes. So Dazzle news is very positive, and unlike Poe last week, the changing room was awash with Dazzle stash, which leads me nicely on to Miles Harrison. You didn't think you get that as a segue. So
no.
I have barely spoken to Miles in all the years that he's been commentating, because of course he's usually up in his eyrie being important, but he actually came into the changing room, press room even, before the game with Topsy Ojo, and eyeing the pile of chocolate, he asked several photographers, nobody from the media team in the room, and said, is it okay if I take a bar of chocolate? Which we all thought was very sweet.
It's very sweet.
Very sweet. So we all said yes, because it's for the media. So there you go.
Lego Zebra.
Now we need to give a shout out to the person whose idea this was, don't we?
We do. We'd
heard
opened the box and discovered all the stash that was inside, and had to phone EPCR and say, why are these? There's 2 Lego Zebras. They're just for you. So she then said, well, I'm off after we'd seen her to get Fremo to make it, because he's into his Lego. So yes. Well done, Liz.
He came up with the idea of the Lego and Fremo building it. Tom Quayle's execution of said, if you haven't seen the video, it's hilarious. It's had millions of views. And I talked briefly to Dale, who used to work at the Saints but now works for EPCR. And the EPCR are absolutely delighted that a Lego Dazzle attracted millions of views of Fremo trying to build a Lego Dazzle. So well done, Fremo. Well done, Tom. But most of all, well done, Liz, for having the idea.
Yeah, it's inspired. The whole thing is inspired. And very, very funny.
Yeah. So well done, team. And shows what a great media team we have. It's that sort of lateral thinking that you need. And it's that sort of thing that gets the young people, as we call them, very excited. And rightly so, because it is very funny. It is Fremo at his very best. And his calculation of how heavy a zebra is will remain with me for a long time.
So every mathematical term he's ever heard of and any other terms are thrown into the equation. It's very funny. Very funny.
So well done, Freeman.
Yeah.
So all well and good. Now, the training was also notable for one other thing, wasn't it? Well, actually two, but I'll let you go with one because you fell over laughing.
What, Henry's headgear?
Well, there was Henry's headgear, but no, actually, it's a certain French person's learning the language.
Oh my goodness me! Oh my goodness me! My life was complete when Anthony trotted past us and we said, "Oh, hi, Tony. Are you all right? Everything all right?" And he went, "It's all tickety boo." That is the right phrase, isn't it? And we went, "Well, yeah. If you want to be a 1938 RAF pilot, quite probably." But no, you're fine. You're fine. You haven't offended anybody. And we were perplexed as to
why he would know.
Yeah, who had told him tickety boo? No, we were looking in the wrong direction.
Nikki from the medical team. We think it's the medical team rather than the S&C team, but whichever team it is, Nikki. I know who it is, but I don't know which team she belongs to. Every week, Tone, as Mr. Hendy calls him, Anthony, wants to learn something more about the English language. So tickety boo was last week's lesson. So there you go.
A phrase a week.
So
God only knows what they're teaching him.
Boo is priceless.
Yes. But yes, Henry was Henry had got his snood on his head. So I said, my God, he looks like a nun. Or does he want to be Mary in the Nativity? And then, or has he got somebody's pants on his head and he's not even a prop? You know, it was all these things going through.
Yes. And also warm-up seems to have been turned into a practice run for one of those TikTok dance routines, which clearly Finn Brown is making a bid for. Because his can is coming on very nicely.
Yeah.
Yes. Things you see at training.
It's great fun.
It is great fun. But they do work incredibly hard. It was quite feisty, wasn't it? Well, no quarter given.
No, none at all.
No. Yes. So the match. So this week, excuse me, the nose needs dealing with again. The match.
She's dripping everywhere, people. Dripping everywhere.
Very
unpleasant. Did the curry last night help the nasal drip?
It did. It was delicious. Yes.
Good.
Anyway, yes. So the match.
The game. So we were waiting. Anybody who's playing Henry Pollock social media bingo, that every time his name's mentioned, within a picosecond, a South African will come along. Oh, wait till he meets a South African team. Well, he already had before yesterday. They're going to teach him a lesson. Well, I don't know what lessons they're teaching him, but it's not to do with rugby. Is it geography? I don't know.
Lego?
English literature?
Lego?
Headwear? I don't know. Don't know what lessons they're teaching him, but it's not
going well.
Anyway, so we were quite excited with the Bulls coming to town to see what lessons they could teach Henry. We're still waiting. That one.
Yes.
However,
the old socials, isn't it?
It has, strangely, that, yeah. I did like the reply to just wait till he meets a South African. Well, you know what? And somebody replied, "Why? What are you going to do? Stick your fingers in his eyes?" That's quite funny. But so the Bulls roared into town with 7 changes from the team that had lost to Bordeaux last week at home, and I was going to say. And it didn't go well from the kickoff for them. I don't know what that lad thought he was. I mean, it was just a weird kickoff. Did he still think he was at altitude? I mean, who knows? Anyway, that number 10, who was on loan from the Lions.
Yes.
I think he'd be going.
Who also lost.
They've broken him and he'll be sent back straight away, I feel.
Yes.
So it was all a bit weird. Yeah.
So before we kicked off, back to Miles Harrison again. I'm not having a Miles Harrison love him, but something that caused me. So I have watched the match back between the curry and now, and something made my ears prick up because Miles is quite flowery language, don't you think, Mrs. S?
God, yeah. Oh my goodness me, yes. There's times
I
when I
know
just
we underworded,
what?
but his opening gambit, as the teams got ready to kick off, didn't it take ages to get the game away?
Did.
What with blooming
Yeah.
arches and... I mean, the children take as long as they take, and they were away very quickly. But the arch had to be carried off, and the flamethrowers
Well, that
had
was
to
what
be
was the
carried off,
delay.
and
Yeah.
all that
Took
malarkey.
forever.
So anyway, but Miles said this about us as a club. There's a belief about this club at the moment. I made a note because it was just something that struck me. Players and supporters think that most things are possible, and why not? And it's infectious. The way that Northampton go about their business makes it easy to buy into.
Yeah.
There you go.
You'd not believe that if you read some of the rubbish that goes out on social media from various people, but yes.
Yeah. So
we are very lucky. We are living through a golden age.
We are certainly living through a golden age. We absolutely are. Yes, so the kickoff was a bit weird. From me to you, from me to you. Oh, it's gone into touch. And yes, it was all a bit of an odd start, really.
It was a very,
very odd.
Yeah.
And it was all a bit clunky again, wasn't it? It was all a bit...
It was. First 15 minutes were a bit meh.
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? But I have to say, the weather was amazing. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Lovely, lovely sunset. And it was really good, but it was windy. So the kicks that were going up, those of us who've been watching rugby at the Gardens, the flags on the top of... This is where Paul Grayson's theory doesn't quite come off. The flags at the top of the cinch stand were absolutely going north to south. One way. But the wind inside the stadium bowl was swirling. So people would put kicks up and then they'd go all over the shop. And you could see the South African fly-half, whose name escapes me from it, Mr. Lyons, was going, what the hell's going on? Because the ball was just swinging everywhere. And so it made it very, very hard in terms of a kicking game. I
would not say he was living his best life, that poor lad, because he then
I felt sorry for him. Talking about being chucked in at the deep end.
Cade Walhooter, his name was.
That's right.
Just whilst we look at South African names, I mean, we're hardly ones to criticise with two people called Smith in the same team, but there does seem to be a paucity of South African surnames in the rugby community. I mean, Peterson's, Burgers, Van der Merwes, Visas, they all seem to, they just don't seem to have. Are they all the same families? But yeah.
Yeah, there does seem to be a lack of variation.
Van Neerkerk. That was another one. Van Neerkerk came on.
I don't feel able to, contribute much to the variation thing.
When Van Neerkerk came on, and I thought, we nearly had one of those, but the wheels fell off.
Yes.
Yeah. I just thought, is there a limit to the number of names that play rugby in South Africa? Oh, you've got to have in your side. You've got to have at least one Burger, couple of Vander somethings, and what do I know?
Lucky we're not playing teams from Iceland because the variation will be even less.
Oh yes, we're not. That's just anyway. Yes, so your poor lad who then went off injured towards the end as well.
Yes, they broke their 9 and their 10, which was not a great start. So it was a clunky 20 minutes, but in that 20 minutes, a returnee scored a beautiful try, made by a combination of Finn, Henry, and then Ollie on the outside.
Yes.
It's an absolute cracking Saints try.
Yeah. Well, it was Henry. There was a lovely 1-2 moment. Henry passed it and then went round and was ready. Having been at training, we watch these moves now and you can really see what they were training for. And that was a classic 1-2 one. That was there. So,
the other thing that regarding the kicking game that was also very good, and Dinger's Toby Tame, and of course Finn are now brilliant at it. Toby Tame is just he's just mint at it now.
Yeah.
With these rolling kick through, if he goes into touch, that's fine. Or as what happened later on, Hendy runs onto it to score. So it's these kick through, this kick chase on the ground, beautifully executed several times. And it's great now that we've got a choice of 3 players who can play it so brilliantly, because the defence doesn't know who's going to do it. It's
and the defence also, if they see what's happening, they will quite often try and pick it up to avoid the inevitable happening, and they will knock it into touch, wins a win, or they'll knock it on. And the Bulls were loving it when they knocked it on by the end of the game, weren't they? Loving another scrum. We're known for our scrummaging. Yeah.
Now we always say we lose as a team, we win as a team, and it was overall by the end of the 80 minutes a team performance. But there are in our previous discussions there were, I say 1 or 2. We basically went through the entire team, but for different reasons in terms of for their contribution.
Yes.
Our man who's living his best life at the minute is TP.
Oh my goodness me! Yeah. I don't know what he's eating for breakfast, but if we could all have some of it, I feel I'd have 3 times as much energy as I do in life.
Yeah,
he is just wow. It's awesome to see, and consistently now. It was a promise last season, he'd have a good game and then he'd go into his shell a bit. But this has just been game after game after game now, and it's marvellous.
Yeah,
absolutely marvellous.
Yeah. So well done, TP, and I got some lovely photographs of him, so that's good. And then, we've got one flanker. Why not the other one? Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a huge amount of unseen work Mr. Kemeny was putting in, as well as the seen bits. I mean, there was one bit where he was running up our touchline, the Church's side, and his balance is so good. It never even
very quick. He is incredibly quick. He's a big, chunky lad.
Flirting with the touchline, but the TJ was right there. The assistant ref. No, he's fine. Stayed in. Beautiful run, lovely, and I was so glad he got a try. Glad.
Yes, because he worked incredibly hard, and and it's great to see now that the shoulder problems that he had, we had his operation from, were all done with. His secure line out ball, precious stuff.
Yeah.
And then
I think we want to mention Colsey while we're doing line outs and try scorers. He had to score it twice to get it there, but
yes. So at the game, I didn't see Mitch's pass to Colsey.
No, I saw it straight away.
It's like bucket hands forward. So
called it straight away.
Yeah, he got it in the end.
Yeah.
So well done, Colsey. But then there's.
But then it was that combination again, wasn't it? Mitchell and Coles.
Oh yes, what we talked about last week. Mitchell and Coles.
The high-end delicatessen.
The high-end delicatessen was on show. Yes, with all their Christmas wares. So, but then we have to talk about a certain South African on our side, don't we?
Oh God, yes. Somebody else living his best life.
Yes,
living. He could not wait for this game. When I spoke to him on Thursday, he was rubbing his hands and licking his lips and looking like Henry facing the hacker. To be honest, he was like bouncing with. Oh yes, I'm so looking forward to it with his South African accent. Obviously, not even going to attempt. Don't do accents.
So we ended up with something like this.
Yes,
and this was the second one. This wasn't even the first one. This was the second one. Just his hands are just, and actually, who was on the wing? Josh Kemeny. His hands are just ridiculous, and he decided he wasn't going to run anymore. He was just going to pass the ball. Well, you pass like that. Well, it's a good decision. For those of you on Spotify, it's a photograph of JJ passing out the back, and as I said, it was the second time.
They were all at it though. I mean, watching it, just watching
wasn't
it,
Harlem
watching it,
Globetrotters, yes.
yeah, watching it back. And I was saying to you earlier, wasn't I? Our forwards have got hands that a lot of backs would kill for. There's some of the passing from the forwards. Just
Absolutely.
mad. Robbie Smith, I'm looking at you. Your ability to juggle and get the ball in the right place, quite remarkable. Quite remarkable.
Yes. So anyway, yes. So JJ, it was lovely seeing Ollie back on the score sheet again. He got 2 tries. The second one showing usual Mr. Angry style upper body strength. I thought to get the ball down.
So strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So and yeah. Well, we have to mention the Ginger Ninja.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Spiderlegs.
Yes.
What can you say? I mean, top draw. Every one of his tries, top draw. The positioning for his final try is remarkable. I mean, that lad has such a rugby brain that he could see going blind. But as Topsy said, it's still not a walk-in.
No, it's not. He had to work very hard. He had to work, and I was very glad that he actually scored one on my side. Having scored them on the other side. No, he had to work very hard to get that try. In the Times, I don't know which reporter it was, he talked about George's running style.
Really? Yes, it's unique.
But it was as if we all knew that it is unique. I can't remember the exact phrasing. It's like, well, of course, the man with the very unusual. But we all know that, don't we?
With the legs on back to front.
Yes.
No. But it's the thing about George as well is his legs and arms everywhere, but his balance for somebody who looks so uncoordinated, his balance is absolutely amazing.
Extraordinary, yeah,
absolutely amazing.
Extraordinary, yeah. So and there were 3 very well worked and well taken tries. I think the third one was the one where he had to work the hardest. None of them were gimmies, but I think the third one was where he really showed his mettle. And yes, so
and given how late in the game that was, there were there was no no hint of tiredness. A bit like HP, we do have to mention him as well.
I was about to say,
the run that he made where he scythed through the South Africans. That is the only description I came up with, because it's absolutely what he did was on 62 minutes. He'd already played an hour of high octane rugby, and he was able to do that. And to help with then Ollie's second try.
Yeah. The sniper got him. Was all I can say after that run. He tackled himself. Nobody got to him.
No, there was a tackle on him.
Was there?
I think the South African managed to just tap him.
I thought the sniper got him.
No,
well done.
No, there was a South African just got him. Yeah.
So I don't know what was going on here. I'll just show you this.
No, it's anybody's guess what was going on there.
International boot of power? I have no idea, but there you go.
No.
But I thought Henry was outstanding. His work rate was great. His support play was exactly what you want. He secured an awful amount of ball. Very different players, but it absolutely suited what we had to do yesterday. So so well done, Henry. Yes. Top work.
And all whilst being taught lessons, presumably.
Well, we're still looking for the subjects. So if anyone could, put a comment below if you've worked out which subjects it is, because Liz and I are mystified.
Perhaps it was the whole curriculum. Perhaps they were taking it in turns as they were trying to tackle him. One was trying to teach him maths. Somebody else coming up with Afrikaans. Bit of design technology. Who knows? Who knows what they were trying to teach him?
Well, yes.
But yeah.
Well, there you go. So We've got a number of shout outs for various people involved in the refereeing side of the business. Now, we are going to talk about the ladies' Wot Pod player of the match shortly, but we think we ought to. There's a lot to talk about with the refereeing, isn't there? In a good way.
Yes. It's going to say an all positive.
Yeah,
all positive ones.
on all fronts. Yes.
Yeah.
So, can we start with Robbie Smith? Because it's a real aside. I wandered up to him in the changing room afterwards and said, Robbie, trying to ingratiate yourself with your assistant referees? And he smiled and went, yes, I was. I said, well, there's one photograph of you with the two of you looking like naughty schoolboys. Because, the Scottish refereeing team, our Scottish correspondent, made sure he made friends. Very good.
That's good. That's very good.
Top work. Yeah. But the refereeing team were all Scottish.
They were.
Yeah.
They were. And I thought they were brilliant. I thought they worked as a team.
Yeah. So we should name check them.
And I think
that leading light was, of course, the referee, Holly Davidson, and it's Rob McDowell and David Sutherland were the assistant referees. Outstanding job.
And Holly was like, she was listening to them. She used the TMO when necessary, not overly TMO'd. She listens to the players. She explains all her decisions to everybody. Her communication is second to none. I mean,
but it wasn't overbearing, was it? It wasn't over.
No.
She had to assert authority early on in the game, so she sounded a little officious, but you kind of got it very quickly why she was doing it, because the players understood how she was going to communicate. There was no... It was the match with the least whinging I've heard in a long time.
Given that one side was South African.
Yeah. Well, we did say we ought to shout out for one particular member of the team who took over from the captain.
Yes. Reinhard Ludwig.
Yeah. Top work, young man. Top work. So the incident we're referring to is when there was... Alu, I'm not even going to... Shakweni, is it? Accused Emmanuel Iogan of tripping him, and so then kicked him in the shin, which wasn't, Now, George, rightly, having squared up to said loose head prop, and then backed off a bit, went to talk to Holly, raised the issue, and Holly said, right, we'll go and have a look in a very calm, sensible way. So they went and looked on film, and all they could see was, sadly, the loose head prop kicking Manny in the shin. So, as she came back, she explained, and a yellow card was issued. Now, his reaction, I was really worried for him, because I thought at one stage he reacted so violently that she might turn it into a red, and that would just been awful, because he was clearly upset. But the person who stepped in and did exactly the right thing was Mr. Ludwig. I thought it was brilliant how he handled it. He asked her very politely to take a look, and Holly took it on board. They wound the film back just a little bit more to see what had happened. Didn't see any foul play.
Two players running back that just,
tripped over each other.
I thought what she did as well was quite right. She said, they're still complaining about it, and I want to settle it.
Yes,
and that's what she did, because she was aware that could have needled on, and
it could have just got rumbled on and rumbled on and rumbled on.
I've just made a new phrase there, needled on, but you know what I mean. It would have just sort of needled on. You know what I mean? Makes sense.
So she goes and checks it. Doesn't see anything to worry about. She comes back. She talks to Mr. Ludwig, explains, and he says...
And he said, thank you very much for checking.
Yeah.
And off he trots. And everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy. It's all calmed down. Off we go again. Yeah. So, absolutely spot on.
The other late bid for the Sgt Wilson Award.
Because we are talking Sgt Wilson now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are really now. The other late bid was a Chunya who said to her when really late on, and she'd blown the whistle, come back for a scrum, and he said, can you check next time numbers in the line out, because they told us there were 7 and there were 6 or something, and she said, yeah, it's a scrum, and he went, oh, I know, but bless you, Chunya. I'm sure you did know, really, but yeah. So
But
that
there is
was
only one
quite
Sergeant
funny.
Wilson, isn't there? And actually, we haven't mentioned George. George had a very good game. He had.
Very good.
We will be talking about George when we come to the ladies' Wot Pod player of the match. But in terms of
Yes.
Sergeant Wilson, he was on top form. He built a really good relationship with Holly. She was
Yeah.
quite happy talking to him. He was quite happy to go and tell the players what was going on, and it all worked beautifully. So Sergeant Wilson, your man from
Yes, because there was the other bit where there was a clarification, because Ollie and Toby there had been a penalty against the two of them for
Mhm.
hands in and
Yeah, you
hands
were
on the
fine,
floor or
but you had
something.
hands in, and yeah.
Yeah, and it was just, and George just said, they're a bit confused. Can I just check? When she repeated it, went, right, can I just go and tell them? And yep, off you go. And it was all sorted and everybody was happy.
I
I
wouldn't have
think he
been
went back
surprised
and
if
went
George had
slowly.
said at that point, their backs, they don't really do rucks. So, I have to
Yes.
explain.
Yes, I don't know how they found themselves there, but they did, and they didn't know what they were doing. Can I just explain to them in words of one
Not where they
syllable?
normally find themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, it was an error. We won't be in that situation again
I
because
have
they've
bashed them on
learnt.
the head.
Yes, you think
So,
you know what you're doing, you don't. Stay
yes.
away from those, your backs.
Stay
Yeah,
away from there. Yes.
yeah.
So,
No good can come of it.
Sergeant Wilson Award, again, the one and only George Fairbank.
Yeah, yeah,
Had to be.
yeah.
Just had to
Had to
be.
be.
Now,
Uh
the ladies' What Pod player of the match?
well, you see, I was very fed up because we have a discussion that is started around me about who's going to be Ladies What Pod Player of the Match. And I was with various names chucked in, TP, JJ. And I said, I rather fancy Finn. I said, he has done spectacularly well. He's done what we expect of him. So we've quite often overlook him when it comes for the player of the match. So, I quite like Finn. And then blooming Topsy Ojo picked him. So that was gone. So I did tell him that he can't get both, but he would have been ours as well. And
He seemed a bit put out by that statement that he couldn't get both.
yeah, couldn't get both. He was a bit put out,
Yes.
and then asked if he could nominate somebody.
Yeah.
So I said, "Well, I suppose so. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who you want to nominate." From your perspective, I thought that was quite fascinating, and
Yeah.
he nominated Ferbs. So that was
Yeah. And
yeah.
Ferbs had a very, very influential.
He did.
He
He
was
did.
very
And a very
influential in what was going on. Yeah.
Ferbs game. A
A very
very,
Ferbs game. Yeah. Yeah. A very Ferbs game. So, So we've got quite a few names: JJ,
yeah,
TP, Ferbs. Well, we all would have gone with Finn, but Topsy got there first, which is
yeah.
outrageous. There you go. Mitch.
Mitch,
Come on,
Henry.
and then, of course, the Ginger Ninja and his hat trick. We can't,
We've got to pick a favourite child, have we?
the team have really set us up here. Outstanding performances across the board. Oh, well done to JJ for winning Player of the Month, by the way. Didn't the
Oh yes,
trophy
well
look
done,
small in
JJ.
his hand? Anyway,
Yeah.
well, where are we going, Mrs. Saunders? This is a tricky one. I think this is the trickiest one. I don't think we've ever been this stumped.
No, I don't know. I absolutely don't know. I mean,
You know what? I think we should go with Ferbs. because his all-round contribution to what was going on, the
I
influence.
think so.
Yeah, I think the influence on the game and how he played it was just bob on.
Yeah.
And the fact
Yeah.
that Finn feels so secure with him backfield, he knows he can, So Sergeant Wilson and a double bubble for the captain.
Double bubble. Yeah, yeah. And that's because, and Finn, thank you for your contribution, Finn. But I don't want any of you to be thinking you're getting ideas that you can weigh in. That was
Can
a one-off.
it.
It's only because we'd got too many queuing. But I have to say, from 1 to 23, and somebody else we did mention beforehand, and I feel needs a mention as well, came on as a replacement twice, which was impressive. Young Toby Tame, and he is growing in stature.
Oh my God.
Week on week.
He is just, no wonder the coaches are excited about him. The nose is playing.
And have maintained faith in him, because we are now seeing why.
Yeah.
And that lad is,
So
business.
top work,
well done, all of you. Well done, all of you.
Now, the Shoe Army song, everybody asked, but you've probably seen the video. But just in case you haven't noticed, the Shoe Army song was Finn, Ollie, and, of course, Ginger Ninja himself, Mr. Hendy.
Yeah.
So 3 backs. Very unusual. And all backs singing department. So, and it was sung with much gusto, as you would expect.
It was, yeah.
So, And we also had a visitor to the changing room, who the young people, a rapper from NN5. He lives locally. He can walk to the ground.
Yes.
DC
wears a Saint shirt at his gigs, apparently.
Well, no, he wore. So it was one particular gig called Colours that he wore a Saint shirt. The club didn't know anything about him, and he's a Christian rapper. As I say, lives very close to the Saints. And he did this thing called Colours. Tom Quire was explaining to you and me, like the old people having it explained to them.
Yeah, it was very bad, really.
So all of a sudden, Saints found themselves with this viral millions of views of Saints. And the players were so excited to meet him. There was a team photo that Tom took, and it was lovely that Adam Gums came in with him as well into the changing room. And they were all really, really excited to meet him. So it's lovely that, in fact, if you look in the back of that photo,
you can see him.
You can see him. There he is, with Adam lurking in the background. Oh, and also a Callum Chick, but there you go. He was very excited to be there, and it's lovely to see that we're having such an influence. He's having such an influence on our behalf. So
it's really good. Yeah,
really, really good. And we
had absolutely no idea who he was, and we were none the wiser even when we were told.
Yes.
So there you go.
Just nodded sagely and went, "Oh, good. Yes, lovely.
Really interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sure he's a lovely chap.
He came. He seemed very, very polite and a charming young man.
He did look like Manny's younger brother as they were going around the place.
Well, yes. Manny was particularly excited about him being there. So he obviously listens to his rapping.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who were we told that somebody had a poor taste in music? Manfred Finn Brown was complaining about.
Yes. Marco Manfredi's choice of music apparently was particularly poor.
It's not good, apparently.
Yes, I don't know. Anyone happens to know Marco's taste in music, but was it Finn who was particularly?
Finn was complaining about it, but then he did confess his Spotify age, which is older than my Spotify age, so I'm not sure what that makes it. But yeah. And those of you, I tell you what, just for a laugh, I'll tell you my Spotify age is 31. I'm having that. Really happy with that. Can you tell us your Spotify ages?
Oh God, I've got to remind myself of mine. Hold on. It was something like 50 something, so it's less than me. So I felt quite happy about that it was actually less than my age. But yes, so tell everybody, tell us your collective Spotify ages. There you go. In the comments below on Spotify, Apple
Yeah, do let
Podcasts,
us know.
and of course YouTube.
Yeah.
So we've got 10 points. We're top of the
We
shop.
have.
Bordeaux won against a very spirited Scarlet side.
Yeah, they did. Yes.
Excuse me a minute. The nose is playing up.
I was looking for our empty seats that would have been behind the post somewhere,
You were playing
because
that game as well, were you?
when the tickets came on sale, we bought a bundle of cheap two Scarlets for the Scarlets and the Saints. But then we were lucky; we got in and managed to upgrade our tickets, and I've managed to sell the tickets to
very
Saints
good. Well done,
supporters
you.
for the next game.
Yeah.
So I'm really pleased with that. So
Yeah.
yes, that's all good. But yes, Scarlets put up more of a battle than I think anybody anticipated, actually, apart from possibly Scarlets themselves. So that was good.
On points difference, we are top of the group, and as everybody knows, that is a really important thing. You need to get yourself up the seedings as far as possible,
and that's why they were going always for the tries at the end of the game, when people go, why are they not kicking for goal? Because they need to get that points difference up, and it was like knife through butter by then, scoring tries, wasn't it? The last 10 minutes. So that was why. So
we will do a little European roundup, because there are one or two games we want to talk about, but we should talk next. If we were doing things in chronological order.
Oh, yes.
Congratulations to Bedford Blues, who went down to Cornish Pirates.
They did.
And
the bus left at 7 o'clock. Bus left at 7 o'clock Friday morning, so they travelled down to Penzance to play in the evening. I mean, that is commitment.
That is top work, guys. Absolutely top work. Yep. And the last kick of the game, they won the game. So I came back from behind. Yeah. So
5 points on the road.
Yeah. So I think it was. Now I'm doing this from memory. Sonny Tongaweer, Billy Pascoe, somebody else, Archie Benson, who I think ended up as the champ player of the round.
Oh, well done, Archie.
Well done, Archie.
Worth getting up at Sparrowfart to get on the bus for that. Then.
Yes. So well done. Will Macy secured and now scored 2,000 points in the champ.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of pointage.
Lot of pointage. So well done, Will. And Bedford retained their third place. So, top work. Top work. They're in the playoffs. Talking about being in the playoffs.
Lightning.
Lightning, at the same time as Saints were playing. Lightning kicked off slightly earlier. They were at Bristol. And
there were quite a lot of people multitasking, watching Lightning on their phones whilst the game was going ahead. I noticed.
We talked about that bit in pre-season, didn't we? How many times would it be that people are watching on iPlayer or wherever? At the same time as watching the Saints. So, girls, if you're listening to this, it's happening. We said it would.
Yeah, it really was happening. There was quite a buzz, and so they went in at halftime 19-14 down, but turned it around second half. They went a bit berserk, didn't they? What was the final score? It was a lot to 19, wasn't it?
Yeah.
15, so well done.
Yeah,
19.
It means
19.
Sorry?
1933 it must have been.
1933, right.
Yeah.
And so Bristol didn't get anything out of the game. And what it means is that Lightning retained their fourth place, which is, they said they wanted to get into
really
the top
good.
Four. And so well done, girls. That's brilliant. And we also have late breaking news again.
Yeah.
This time about Lightning.
Yes.
Players. 8. Listen to the numbers, everybody. 8 are in the under 21s training squad, and top work. Some of them
pretty good.
Some of them are names that we have known. Some of them made their debuts in the PWR Cup. So Ms. Baines. I've forgotten her first name. That's going to annoy me. She made her debut in Lightning. What's her name? Tamsin. How can I forget? Tamsin Baines made her debut in the PWR Cup. That I saw at Loughborough. But well done to everybody. Head coach LJ Lewis. I've never heard of LJ Lewis, but he's picked his 8 players from Loughborough, and that's just top news. Nathan and
it's really good news.
Are doing a really, really good job bringing talent through. So the Loughborough pathway is doing the business, which is great. So, in lieu of us talking about Toaster, by the way, I did see Toaster under 8s. They were at the under 8s community tournament.
Yeah.
The photos for that will be out probably later on today. You can imagine I'm a bit busy, but I will put them. But Alfie was otherwise engaged, International Man of Mystery.
Alfie, the International Man of Mystery had been, I think they've got too big a squad. They couldn't take everybody. They did a session there earlier in the season when Toaster were club of the match or something.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes. So he had a session there then. So he was lurking around on the touchline watching his big brother yesterday. So they were just training, and it was Christmas jumper and Christmas party day.
Excellent.
I've not heard from them. So I presume that
too busy sleeping it off, aren't they? Sleeping it off.
A lot of fizzy pop was taken from
Yeah.
Fizzy pop and hot dogs, lovely.
Yes, but we said we'd do a European roundup in lieu of Toaster.
We did.
Because we've got a bit of sport, haven't we? So first off, anyone recognise the weather conditions at Scotstoun on Saturday evening?
Oh my goodness me! Yes. Oh my goodness me! It was deja vu all over again, wasn't it? It was like, oof. Yeah. Sideways rain. We know it so well.
Rain. Anyone who was at one end, sorry, you didn't see a sausage, because all the tries, all the points were scored at the other. It reminded me of Thomond Park, actually, as well as Scotstoun, because the rain was coming in sheets horizontally. So, and one of the TV cameras didn't stand a chance. It was just like looking through a watercolour. It was, but anyway. So Antoine Dupont,
like watching a Turner painting.
My IT department, because I thought he came off early. He didn't. More than a minute. Antoine Dupont was back from injury. He started at a scrum half. He'd come off the bench the previous week. So all the big guns were there. Your Ramoses, the whole lot. The whole lot. They were all there. Excuse me. Oh, that's disgusting. My nose. Apologies, everybody. And they took a 21-0 lead. And they were good for their lead. It wasn't... It was not, it was well deserved. So at that point, Dr. T and I, my IT department, and I thought, this is looking painful. I don't want to watch anymore. So we swapped over and watched a recording of Have I Got News for You?
We, on the other hand, started to watch it at half-time because I had my IT department bet on Glasgow. That was why they were 21-0 down, we think. And then to even it up, my son bet on Toulouse. So watching the two of them going through the pains of when it was nearly a draw was as entertaining as watching the game as Glasgow came back.
They certainly did.
Not just carved out a win, but it was a bonus point win as well. And
a bonus point win, just unbelievable. And Antoine Dupont didn't come off until the 70th minute, so it wasn't as if they thought they were home and hosed. They had to take him off because poor love, in those conditions, putting him at risk, and he was playing on a plastic pitch. So they were probably concerned. So well done to Glasgow, fabulous win. Well done. Meantime, Edinburgh, what the heck? So they beat Toulon at home, amazing performance. Then they go off to Castres and get nilled. What's going on there?
I was going to say, well, we've all been there. To be honest, we've all been there.
Yeah, I've seen some shocking performances from Saints at Castres. Less of that said, the best.
Castres, I've never seen a good one. I was going to say, never seen a good one.
Once. Samu scored a couple of tries.
I wasn't. I don't think I was there then. I was going to say
Yes.
it was mainly awful. Mainly
Yes.
awful.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
It was the year we got to the final, I think we won. Anyway, yes. So, yeah. But the one we all tittered at, and well done, Lewis.
Oh yes. Oh yes, indeed. Oh yes, indeed. And yeah. So you got big money against big money here,
Yes.
haven't we?
Oh, yes. The battle of the money.
Too long against Bath.
Toulon, who was smarting from losing to the Edinburgh that got nilled by Castra, then beat Bath.
Oh, we shouldn't laugh because I'm sure Bath will support us against anybody. No.
Yes. Yes. But we did. We laughed.
We laughed. Yes.
We did laugh. Yes. Well done to Sale. As our IT department said, to go to Claremont with a sniff of winning.
Yeah. Lovely, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And that means it's interesting because, of course, Sale come to us next weekend. It's going to be a big.
So I have this theory that any French side that draws us in a European competition immediately finds a flash of form and suddenly goes from flirting with relegation to second in the table.
Yes.
I'm looking at you. It always seems to happen that they have a flush of whatever. Yeah. And
yeah. So it means that it's as usual. Unfortunately, there are teams that are fielding weakened teams. We could say, Bulls kind of once they'd lost to Bordeaux, didn't put out the team you would necessarily expect. But you can only beat who's in front of you. And there were other teams that
play what's in front of you.
Basically sent an even weaker team over to where did they go?
I don't know. Bristol? Were they Bristol?
Yeah, Bristol. Yes, it was Bristol.
You're not well, are you? You're really not well now.
I haven't got the brain cells shutting down rapidly. But the interesting stat that I came up with was out of the top 4 in the Gallagher Prem.
Yes. The only people who won were us.
Yeah. Yet another draw in another season of draws for Exeter. And whereas the other 2 lost. So interesting. Yeah. That was a poor game on Friday night. The Leinster-Leicester game. Wasn't much fun to watch.
Oh.
Very stodgy.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Oh, yes. And there was some conversations about as Mitch, to quote Mitch, the knobhead on the wing, didn't have his best outing, did he?
No. And the weakness in the scrum. Well, who'd have thought? So we do have some thank yous, don't we? For cake.
We do. Yes. Our friend Jane, who found me to give me 2 lots of cake and shortbread. Mine is in my kitchen. I could go and get mine, but I feel that would be cruel to eat it in front of you because your IT department has had it away on his toes.
Yes, so thank you, Jane. I'm sure it'll be lovely when I beat it out of him. Yes.
Richard Lindsley is excused because he'd been away for the weekend watching junior rugby and having a ball. Yeah. So that's very good.
And I think he's away another weekend as well, all the family Christmas stuff. So, yes. And ends up watching the same junior rugby team.
Yes.
Is it Taunton Titans? Somebody, anyway.
Can't remember what they're called. No, Dad don't know. Anyway, whoever it was. He seemed to be having fun.
So thank you. And also, I thank you to Mrs. Hendy, who has given me some plum vodka.
Wow, aren't you lucky? Aren't you lucky?
So thank you very much. The walnuts, sadly, they look amazing, actually. They've also got a walnut tree in the garden or something. They do look amazing, but I'm not a walnut eater. I won't explain. I'm not allergic, but I just can't stand the texture. So, but the walnuts do look good. So if you like a walnut, Liz.
I'm having those.
Yeah.
I've got my eye on those.
So we're off on our next exciting adventure. Saints play. We're back in the Gallagher Prem.
Can I just say, before we go off there,
Yeah.
Walking Rugby played a match
Yes.
on Saturday, and I was supposed to be being sent the video so I could do some analysis, but it's not arrived yet. I'll give you further reports next week.
Excellent.
Then.
Yes, because there was that big
get your finger
match,
out.
wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a big match, so which we couldn't go to because we'd got family. We were doing Christmas.
Indeed. Now, hold on. Next, I'm just having a look who Bedford are playing next. I know who they're playing on Christmas Day, but I don't know who
Christmas
they're
Day, Boxing Day, I think.
Boxing Day.
Bedford are playing.
Yes. So Bedford have got 2 games at home, and I was trying desperately to think who it was, and of course, it is Worcester Warriors.
Oh yes. So is that on Saturday?
Well, that's on Saturday. We, on the other hand, are off to see the Saints play Sale, as I said, and Lightning are at home on Sunday. We said we'd go to that, didn't we, Liz?
Yes, we're hoping to go to that, yeah.
Yes, so looking forward to, and I should be there with the cameras, and that is that game that we thoroughly enjoyed at the end of last season against Trailfinders. If you remember the...
oh, yes.
Yeah, the drop goal to win it.
Oh, yes. Please don't make it that hard again, girls, please.
Don't need that again.
Please.
Don't need that.
Don't do that
Helena Rowland's drop goal was lovely. Even Nathan wasn't quite expecting it. But we don't need that again. And it'll be the return of Rachel Malcolm, who, of course, headed off to...
Of course,
amongst others, headed off to Ealing. So it should be a belter again. That's on Sunday at 2:00. But on Saturday, we will be watching the Saints. Is it a funny kick-off time? I think it is, isn't it?
No,
or is it at 3:00? No, it's not 5:00.
I think it's 3:00.
It's 3:00. I thought it was a funny 3:05 number, but it isn't. So
no, I had it in mind at one point that it was 5:30, but that's a game. That's the Quins game, isn't it? On the
January the 3rd. Yes. Yeah.
Got myself all confused. It's not hard, to be honest.
Well, the kick-off times are somewhat variable at this time of year, but no, it's at 3:00 on Saturday as we get to the...
I must admit, I got totally confused as to what day it was because Saturday being like a Sunday, Sunday was like a Saturday, so who knew what day it was? Who knows what day it is today? Anybody's guess.
Monday, just so you know.
Monday, yeah. And then we get that bit, don't we, round about Christmas, where you've just eaten chocolate for breakfast for 10 days and you've absolutely no idea what day it is.
And just all over the show. It's not the longest we've ever done. It's not the shortest we've ever done. It's a pert 1 hour and 3 minutes.
I think the horses can live with that. Can they live with that? I don't think we need to waffle. Let me just check that we haven't missed anything on my lists.
Oh, yeah. No, please do.
My mind maps.
You've put her glasses on, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you listening on Spotify. So we're serious. We're checking the mind map.
We are serious. I was going to say, just a little note. I don't think we mentioned Miles Harrison and saying about our Henry, about how he's as infectious off the field as he is on. And after he'd helped Ollie score the try, the scything run, and Ollie scoring the try, they immediately took the ball and dropped it, and everybody went, Henry, including Miles and Topsy, as if they knew him. But I think I might mention that earlier. Have I padded enough now? Will the horses be happy? I would imagine the horses would be happy.
I imagine the dog walkers would be happy. I think it was a great win. We've got what we wanted out of this
fantastic win.
Investec Champions Cup matches. It was great to see. And
let's carry it forward into the Prem.
And we need to be absolutely up and at them for the Sale game to maintain our charge for the Gallagher Prem as well as Europe. So thank you, everybody. That was the Ladies Wot Pod.
Thank you.
Episode
21, Series 2.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I need to push a button, don't I? Oh, you do. God, where's my mouse gone?
Helps. We're still